Hey folks, welcome to another day, another unboxing. I've got the Moto G Play here for 2023. This is nothing too exciting. I want to quickly give you a little unboxing action though. There you go. Let's have a look, shall we? Dun, 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 dun. Here's the phone. And then we've got a divider here. Nice and hefty. Some documentation. Moto G. Yeah, look at that. You can actually see all the little details. We got some micro SD action here. Good stuff. And we got the warranty safety stuff. Nobody cares. And then we've got a SIM removal tool here and a cable. USB type C on one end here, clearly. Right there. And we've got, I think, type A on the other end is what I'm guessing. Yeah, there it is. Type A. And we have a charger. And I think this is going to be nothing too exciting because I believe it's just a 10-watt charger since this is a 10-watt phone. So again, this is a very affordable phone, $169 US. So let's have a look, shall we? Here we go, and there it is. Ooh. All right, let's fire it up and see what we're dealing with here. Spec-wise, this is a 720p display, which is a bit of a bummer. It's 6.5 inches, and it does have a 90 hertz refresh rate, but it's obviously an LCD, right? Nothing too crazy going on here. So it's just booting up here real quick, and under the hood is the MediaTek Helio G37. That's a 4G chip. And there's the Hello Moto. So 4G chip from MediaTek Helio series. And there you go. Here's your startup setup screen. So, you know, again, I just wanted to show you real quick. There's nothing too exciting going on here in terms of display. Then, of course, under the hood here, we have 3 gigs of RAM and 32 gigs of storage. Really, again, very basic phone. Remember, $169. So, you know, processor-wise, 4G, 3 gigs of RAM, 32 gigs of storage. Helio G36, nothing too crazy, right? Now, there's also a pretty decent-sized battery under here. It is 5,000 milliamp hours, so that should last you quite a while. And as I said, 10-watt wire charging. Obviously, no wireless charging here of any kind. But they don't expect that at that price point, so it doesn't matter. All right, cameras, let's talk about these. There's not too much happening here either. It's a 16 megapixel main camera, f/2.2, so not the fastest lens. You've got 1.12 microns, but at least it's got phase detect autofocus, no OIS obviously. 2 megapixel macro, f/2.4, and a 2 megapixel depth sensor, f/2.4. So again, really only one useful camera here. I do like the fingerprint sensors on the back here, which is cool, in the Moto logo. And that means it's not on the power lock key. Kind of a hat tip to the old days of Moto. You see the flash here and 16 megapixel writing on the camera pod. So let's walk you through the edges. We've got volume rocker here on the right hand side with a power lock key, which is nicely ridged. Bottom here we have the speaker, USB type C port, primary microphone. On the left-hand side, don't really have anything except for the SIM tray, which is also micro SD tray. And on top, we have a headphone jack, a secondary microphone. And that's basically it. Now, that front-facing camera here is a 5 megapixel front-facing camera, f/2.4 with 1.12 micron. Again, not too crazy. This camera system overall, front and rear, can do 1080p 30 frames per second video. That's what I'd expect, really. There is no stereo audio here. Obviously, just a single mono speaker. And there's no NFC on this phone, so you won't be able to do Google Pay. So $169 though, and you know, even though the hardware isn't particularly exciting, what you're getting here is Moto software, right? A very pure build of Android with a bunch of nice little enhancements on top. So that's actually a pretty good deal. Now it's running Android 12, not 13, so there is that as well to keep in mind. But look, if you're looking for kind of a disposable phone, something you can use in an emergency, or you want to give to your kids or whatever, this will definitely do the job. So there you go, Moto G Play for 2023. And yes, the front here is very much a fingerprint magnet. I don't think there's a oleophobic coating on this phone, or maybe if there is, it's a very poor one. So again, comes with the territory, but hey, you know what? That's fine. At this price, I'm not going to be too picky. So yeah, that's it. That's the latest Moto here. The last Moto of 2022 is actually a 2023 model. So thanks for watching, folks. Stay tuned for more videos. And remember, this is a compliment to my podcast at mobiletechpodcast.com, or on Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Pocket Casts, Spotify, everywhere good podcasts can be found. So if you want to support me, please subscribe to the podcast and listen to my thoughts on this phone and other phones. And of course, if you want to help out even further, there is my Patreon, patreon.com/DanCarroll. That's patreon.com/TNKGRL. There's a video version of the podcast that appears there every week, a day before the public audio version. So if you want to watch us on video, do the podcast and get it ahead of time, that's the way to do it, through patreon.com/TanCarroll. That's patreon.com/TNKGRL. There's also a way to join the Discord server and a bunch of other perks. So consider helping me out with Patreon. And finally, you know how to use YouTube. Like, subscribe, tell your friends, click the little bell below, and comment below and let me know, is this the phone for you? Do you want to buy this phone as your main phone, as a backup phone, as a phone for your kids, as a burner phone, as something to keep in your glove box for emergencies? I'd be curious to find out. Let me know below. All right, folks, take care. I'll catch you later with another video. Cheers, everybody.